Hello everybody, we are the Geeks and the Degenerates. I am Menzo, this is my forever co-host Jump. Today we talk about Alien 3 and lead up to the new Alien Romulus. But yeah, this is the culmination of our entire week starting with the thing and now we have Alien. Well, yeah, Alien 3. Uh, so this is the most, I would say, divisive Alien film of the original trilogy.
It's different. It's very different.
Yeah,
Uh, not gonna lie, since this is like a trilogy,
yeah,
if this is how it ended, I'm like, great, all right, I can respect this. You
yeah,
know, like this is what needs to be done. But we get like a fourth one where she's pretty much what's her name from Resident Evil, the movies. I mean,
Oh, Alice?
yeah, she's like super powered. She can do backflips,
Yeah,
and she's like half alien. I'm like. I don't like as much as you want to throw God, what's her name again? Girl from Beetlejuice.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah. Like as much as you want to throw Winona Ryder at us, the movie's still a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree. If this was how Ellen Ripley ended, I would be like, all right, sure. I guess this is how things ends, which is fine. Like I get why people don't like this a lot, or like think this is the least out of the three because, of course, it's back to basics. It's there are weird logical things of like why doesn't the Supermax security have any weapons? It is Supermax after all. Why are you just relying on? I hope these people are nice. I hope their
Yeah,
God has trained them well. Otherwise, we're all fucked.
yeah. Like once you get there, I guess it's those. You know how like in Endor where
Yeah,
they're kind of like, we don't need to put like handcuffs on them. We don't need to put bars in there because when they're stuck in this like planet
yeah,
and there's no way out. The entire planet's like a whole. What was it called again? Like it's pretty much just a prison,
yeah,
and that's what it is. And I was like, all right, that's kind of a cool concept. So like, there is no way out. Even if it is an entire planet, there is no way out.
yeah. And addressing the big elephant in the room, I, along with a lot of people, don't like the fact that they kill Hicks and Newt at the beginning. I'm like, really?
Yeah,
Why? I don't understand why.
yeah. I'm not gonna like they're doing like they're like checking out the dead bodies, right? They're like, here's Hicks, so like they type in like Lieutenant Hicks.
Yeah,
I don't know what his rank was. And then they cut to this like dead body that had just like was just obliterated. Like you just see the jawbone coming out.
yeah,
And they type in uh, unidentified female, approximately 10 years old. I was like, that's what happened to you.
yeah.
And like it was kind of like a red herring. I was like, no. Meat was like intact. She just drowned.
Yeah. Hopefully, we all hope that she died drowned peacefully, you know? We wouldn't want to be alive in that situation. Uh, and Bishop is all torn to shit, and you're like, wow, this is pretty bleak. Well, which fits fine with David Fincher's themes, even though
Yeah.
he doesn't want to talk about this movie, and I can understand why. Apparently, this movie has gone through a lot of reshoots and rethinks and rewrites. Like Chris Stuckman did an entire video dedicated to it, and since we're not Chris Stuckman, I don't have the time for such research. But if you want a more complicated Alien 3 video, you can go to his channel and watch that. But for now, you're with us, which is I guess the introductory to Alien 3, which is fine. Which I'll say is I do like the fact that they go back to a claustrophobic feel with one xenomorph.
I love this one. Like the effects are a little bit weird from time to time, but
Yeah,
it's like I like it that it's a bit faster. They're using CGI now.
yeah,
Like it's scurrying a little bit faster compared to like a 6 foot dude in a suit.
yeah,
And like the mystery of it all, and like this is supposed to be a sci-fi, but I'm like, why the hell are we in Freddy Krueger's pipe dream?
right.
Like the entire time I'm just like, I hate this. Like I will lose my mind if I ever like were to go to prison in this place. And by the way, big main characters here. Uh, with I forgot his name. It was Dylan.
Yeah,
Absolute boss of a character. I love that dude. And
yeah,
then we get like Tywin Lannister here as well.
yeah. Charles Dane, sorry, Charles Dance as Clemens, and I forgot the actor's name for Dylan, but he's pretty cool. Like those two characters I really like in this movie.
Yeah, and like, I and people actually I heard like one of my friends was like, "The fuck, they made Ripley not hot." I was like, "What do you mean? Like they shaved her head?" I was like, "They explained it pretty well. There's a lot of lice in this fucking planet."
Yeah, and it's a colony surrounded by men, and you're like, well, that's a problem. And it becomes a problem at one point, and you're like, and then she gets rescued, and you're like, oh, okay, thank fucking Christ. Okay.
Yeah, by Dylan.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, not Dylan.
Yeah.
I forgot who.
Dylan, who rescued
okay.
her. And he's like, I need to teach the brothers more lessons. And you're like, all right.
Yeah. The dude's such a boss guy. I'm like, all right, go nuts, man. Whatever you say.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we get this whole. I really thought Clemens was like gonna last longer because like they're the only ones who had like chemistry together. We're like, oh, I'm your only friend here in this entire shithole.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course he's like a malpractice doctor, but he was never like he never gave off the signs of like, oh, I'm gonna use and abuse this woman because I'm a man and like
Yeah.
oh, we're in a planet filled with abstinent men.
Yeah. Well, he respects her, but that unfortunately he bites the bullet because she never tells him what killed her entire crew in the first place, which is a xenomorph. And the xenomorph is a dog xenomorph, and you're like, what the fuck is that supposed to be?
Yeah, no, because like it's a mixture. Like I don't know what happened here, but like I love this introduction to the alien.
Hmm.
You're like, oh, it's gonna be inside either one of them, like in Hicks or in Newt, sorry. And then you're like, oh, it's neither in any of their bodies, so I guess there's no problem.
Yeah.
But of course, we're not gonna have an alien movie without it. And then like, they're like, oh, this cow just dropped dead. All of a sudden, we could like cook this up and eat it. We were all gonna have a feast. I'm like, ah, there it is.
Right.
And then like they hung it up, and then the one prisoner was like, what's this? I was like, question. You're not gonna be worried that there's a gigantic spider in the facility.
When
And
there
you're just gonna
weren't,
be like, what a weird thing.
yeah.
Oh well.
When there weren't before, he's like, this is a new thing. I guess I never noticed this before. You're like,
I'll
what?
be extremely worried.
Right. But yeah, it does it does feel like we're back to square one, where we're like, I guess we're just against this ultimate predator of nature, where we can't fight back and we literally have no weapons. We don't even have a dinky flamethrower. We just have the tools at our disposal. And they tried to set up trap by using fire, but the thing sets it off when it kills one of the prisoners, and you're like, well, shit. What do we do now?
Yeah. I love it that he gets pushed into the fan. That was a cool kill, not gonna lie.
Yeah, a lot of the kills are cool too. Like I love the sheriff's kill when he's like, Miss Ripley, you're making stories again. Put her back in. He just gets dragged up, and you're like, well, if you didn't believe before, you believe something else is up right now.
You know what I love about that scene is that guy's a piece of shit, by the way.
Yeah.
Like he's like the warden of the place. And all of like the prisoners kind of like ran up to help him, but as soon as they knew what was up, they're like,
Yeah. They're like, what
I ain't touching that thing.
right? And Ripley, I do like the fact that like this is Ripley's last mission because she has an alien in her, and you're like, shit, what do we do now? How do we solve that problem? She's so afraid because of course she was there the first time there was a chest burster, and she's like, I don't want that to be me. Please, God.
Yeah.
Please kill me.
I really wonder how this was gonna end the first time I was watching this, because I watched this chronologically back in like 2017 when I had like this whole. I just wanted to know what that whole alien story was all about. And like I was like, there's a fourth one. Then. So I was like, how the fuck did she make it through this one? And then I find out the fourth one's stupid. Sorry, I keep coming back to that one. But yeah, so like I really love the entire sequence of like them running
Yeah.
and trying to plan ahead and how to like defeat this entire like this alien. And like for sure it's taking out every one of them with ease. Like legit, just one dude you'll just hear screaming in the distance, and he's like, well, that's whoever what his face is.
Yeah.
And by the way, we got Roland Timbo from Jurassic Park 2 here, so I'm like,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
And Alan Ripley really gives them the stakes of like, we can't let this thing fall into the hands of Whale and Yutani because of, like, they've always wanted this thing over the crew. Like in the first movie, it's been crew expendable, and the second one, it's the Marines are expendable. Like they will do everything and anything to make sure they get this hands on this predator, which they do not understand, but yet they want
Yeah.
for some reason.
And well, I get it. It's like a perfect killing weapon
Yeah.
and army. But yeah, like as soon as they send out like a distress signal, they're like, oh, the military's like coming in within like a few
Hours.
a few hours.
Yeah.
And Ripley's immediately like, no, don't let them have this.
Yeah.
They'd rather have us all die than kill this thing.
Yeah. And I do like how smart it is that they managed to lure this thing into the heating area with the lead, and that's how they kill it. Unfortunately, poor Dylan has to stay behind because he's like, I have to. If I move, it leaves with me.
Yeah, but the thing is, that was such a badass thing. It was like, go sister! Like he has like the fire axe ready. He's like, is that all you got? Like he's being torn to shreds, by the way.
Yeah.
But, it was like you like you're staying here with me, motherfucker. You know.
Yeah.
And then they drop the lead
Yeah.
in. Again, perfect killing weapon. I keep forgetting that this thing's like nearly indestructible.
Yeah.
And when you do like destroy it, there's like acid blood. Forgot about that part too. It shoots out of the lead, and I'm like, what now?
Right? But they do find a way to kill it by like cooling it as well, so it solidifies and explodes. And I'm like, sure, I guess that's how it works.
I think you know how like I think it's the same concept of like, you know how you like heat up a glass and then when you immediately put like cold water, it'll just shatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Why not? And like when Yutani's there, but like Alan Ripley has the final say, and she's like, nah, and she sacrifices herself, and you're like,
Yeah. By the way, everyone we got to know in this entire movie, they all die.
yeah.
Like there is not a single person who makes it out of this one. And if you hate those kind of movies, you might not be a fan of this one because like a lot of them really worked hard to like stay alive, but it got to a point where they're like, we just need to kill this thing.
Yeah.
We can't let it out because like if we give it to the military, if it breaks out, it's gonna kill millions.
Yeah. And God help humanity if that happens. And yeah, I would say it's a good ending for Alan Ripley. You're like, I wish he went out another way, but it is what it is.
I like it this way. You know, like sure, it's very decisive movie where people are not really happy with how it went about it on the last act. You know, or the last arc of Ellen Ripley's story where she makes it out of, you know, I was gonna say the Ishimura. That's Dead Space. Sorry. she makes it out of her ship. She goes into the military like 10 years or 11 years later, or was it more? I forgot.
It was way more, like 80 years.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
I'm way off. And then she goes into this like planet filled with prisoners that we don't really care about all that much. It's a bit of a weird, you know, way of telling a story, but I guess if that's how it rolls, it's fine. And I love the decision that they made where she's like, I have the last one, and it's in me.
Yeah.
And I can't let you guys have it. And she just, you know, throws it into the fires of Mordor.
Yeah.
Like,
No one can have it. Only me. It's my. Like, oh, okay.
yeah. The original like bishop's like.
But yeah, I would say that's the good ending for Alan.
It's a decent farewell.
Yeah.
I would say. Like it's not the best. I still prefer 2 over the other 2 movies.
Yeah.
Kind of like Spider-Man. Yeah, this is very Spider-Man. Like,
yeah.
People like it. People don't. It's not the best ending, and we wish it was a bit better.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Also, I can't believe the original one's now 45 years old. Can you believe that? Yeah. It's coming out in select theaters. I hope it comes out here again in theaters.
I would like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I have nothing else to add for this movie. I fairly like it, to be honest. I'm like one of the people who like it.
I'm also one of the people who like it too, because like it's a very different take on it. Yes, we're going back to basics, but at
Yeah.
the same time, like none of these people we can trust. I love that part. Is that everybody here is very dangerous,
Yeah.
and you don't know who's on whose side. And you like we even had like one character who was like losing it and fell in love with the alien,
Yeah.
where like he asked where they held it up, and then he like released it. And I'm like, but yeah, so yeah, we have like multiple dangers on all sides.
Yeah.
And then once we get to the conclusion, it's kind of like a very, I wouldn't say mature. I would say like it's a very smart way of going at an ending. Like, I feel like an unstoppable force like an alien kind of needs this kind of sacrifice to really stop it quickly. Where
Yeah.
we do have to give up our main character. Sadly, that's not the case.
Yeah, unfortunately, Alien 4 had to come along and ruin everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, what would you rate Alien 3?
I rate Alien 3. It's not my favorite, okay?
Yeah.
It's gonna be clear out there. I would give it like maybe a solid 7. You know, like it's still a good score. If you're gonna watch the entire Alien trilogy,
Yeah.
you could stop there. You don't need to go to 4. You can stop right there, and like just enjoy the stressful manslaughter that goes along with the entire movie.
Yeah.
But yeah. I would say yeah. I feel like it deserves a 7 out of 10. Though we only had a few characters here that were like memorable or likable,
Yeah.
and the ones that we did like died in the first part.
Yeah.
Um,
Or along the way. Like poor
or
Dylan.
along the way. Yeah,
Uh,
man, absolute goat of a character.
yeah.
And yeah. Other than that, yeah, it's a pretty decent movie. Like this is like, you know, Alien 1, Alien 2, 3. That's it.
Yeah. I'll also give this a 7. I think the story has a nice conclusion, even though there's weird logical, like, weird stuff of like, again, why doesn't a person have weapons? At the very least, why doesn't have like melee weapons like batons, as if that would do anything for an alien? But still, it just doesn't make sense. But for what the intended ending is, I accept it. I'm like, yeah, seems like a good ending for Ellen Ripley. Again, I wish she would die more heroically, but again, it is what it is, and it's a better send off than 4 will ever be. So I don't think we'll be doing 4 for leading up to Alien Romulus, because that's too much time. But yeah, yeah, both 7 out of 10s. It's a good conclusion to the Alien trilogy, the original one. It's
I agree.
a lot better than the Prometheus 2 movies of that and Alien Covenant.
Really?
Yeah, because they really
I haven't watched
mess it-
Prometheus and Prometheus 2 yet.
Oh.
Or like, what was it called? Covenant?
Yeah, wait, you haven't seen
Yeah.
Prometheus? Well, you're not
I
missing
have.
much.
It's just I haven't seen it in a while.
In a while. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, is it better than those?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
for my money, it is a bit, a lot.
Alright.
But yeah, that's been our video for Alien 3. What do you guys think? Comment down below. What's your favorite entry into this franchise? Is it this? Is it the Alien vs Predator movies? Is it the Prometheus and Alien Covenant one? Who knows? You don't like Alien vs Predator?
Not really. It's cool, but like it's dumb. But all I know is that we're very excited for Aliens Romulus.
Yeah,
Alien Romulus? Aliens.
Alien singular.
Oh, okay, so it's just one.
Yeah,
And seeing the teaser trailer for it, I am extremely excited because we are going back to basics. We're in a ship with a crew where we're all like, ah, shit, we got a problem, and now it's directed by a guy who makes really good horror movies. So I'm like, okay, what did he direct again?
the 2013 Evil Dead.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, but yeah, if you like our videos, please leave them a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok to see your best and funniest moments, Spotify to yours on the go. Individually, I'm Zoda's Voices on TikTok, and Andrew on Letterboxd. Where can I find you?
Like, I'm at JohnJM_ on Instagram, and this is my TikTok.
And until the next one, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
So.